Welcome to EME Transparent and Transformation Tuesday. I am your host, Alexis K. And as y'all know, on Tuesdays, we like to what? Let a little light in. Because in order for us to participate in the transformation that God is trying to do in our lives, in our hearts, and in our minds, we've got to be able to continue to let His light in. The more light that shines in our hearts and in our minds, it allows us to transform. It allows us to be different. It allows us to want to be more and more like God. So we were talking about April showers, and now we have made it into May. And you all know the nice little algorithm, the analogy that says that the April showers bring about the May flowers, that there is a purpose in the downpour, that there is a purpose in what looks gloomy and sometimes isn't quite pleasing and aesthetically pleasing to look at. That takes you into the next season. So happy May, y'all. We are in a new season. And the beauty is that a new season brings about new blessings. Even in April, as things were not looking their greatest, you were being blessed. And in our new season of May, you will be blessed even more. Because every time that God takes us through a little bit of a whirlwind of trial and tribulation, pain and disappointment, He's prepping us and preparing us for the next season where all that pain and that disappointment and those trials are going to be recalled in order for us to go forward. And it made me think of Joseph. We, see a little piece of Joseph's family life in the very beginning as we're looking at Jacob and Leah and Rachel and his brothers. And we come into his life seeing that he's not liked very much. He's in a season where his father is blessing him, but his siblings can't stand him. And maybe in your April, you had the father blessing you, but your surroundings weren't blessing you. Joseph has that same testimony, and how God does allow the rain to pour. Not only does his siblings not like him, but then they end up, trying to hurt him. And after that, they decide to go on and send him into slavery. And then he's kind of stuck in a situation that he did not plan for himself. However, God was prepping him. He was taking him somewhere. He was showing him some humility, because then he ends up in jail. And he's in jail still trusting in God, still holding on to his faith until God opens up the opportunity for him to interpret a dream. Talk about some rain. But as he interprets a dream, he finds favor in Pharaoh's sight. There goes your season change. Not only did he find favor in Pharaoh's sight, but because he did interpret the dream satisfactory by God. Again, rain come by God, blessing come by God. Everything is still at God's hand. That as he interprets this dream, he is then given favor. He goes from the humble servant to then big man on campus. So when you think about your own situation this week, when you think about your April, if it was a rough one, if it was a season that won't quite that pretty, ask yourself, oh Lord, where you taking me? Because we're in May and God doesn't allow us to stay in seasons forever. So as you have looked back on and reflected on your April, I hope you've come to see where God strengthened you, where God prepared you, and where He's taking you. Because it's in scripture. It's been there. Even James says that if you're in rough circumstances, the poor man, that you should glory in that, because you will receive a reward in heaven. It's season changing for us. It will always be season change for the people of God. So if you had April showers, know that it's May. You should be looking for your flowers. I hope to see y'all back next Tuesday. We're going to talk about a few other Bible stories and Bible accounts that teach us about the April showers going into May flowers. I love y'all. I'm praying for you, and I'll see you very soon. Have a wonderful Tuesday, you all.